I only just started playing this, and for some reason it's gone very weird. What is happening? I started playing some music, and all of a sudden this is happening. Oh, it was a spooky version. Okay. Oh gosh. What's up, everyone? It's Magic Monster, guys, Crystals, and welcome to the final episode of Doki Literature Club Plus. Woo! In the last video, we had Monica and Yuri. Yeah, basically just had a little bit of a fallout. Maybe not a fallout, but something. But like, yeah, we just had a nice time. But now we have the final side story, which is of Natsuki and Yuri. And soon we'll be able to complete this. These musics are so nice, so I'm hoping the last poem will be there. I'm hoping maybe the last 3 images might be in it. Secrets don't matter. And yeah, I'm not sure how I can get these stuff though, but... In Act 1, write all 3 poems for Yuri. Oh, I see. Okay, so there's different kind of objectives for these things. Oh, whatever though. Let's get right into it. I really love how it changes that. Alright, sorry. But wait, hang on, sorry, hold on, wait. But like, wait, why did I have like a corrupt... It just occurred to me, why did I have a corrupted version of that? It's only been 1 day since Yuri's letter was delivered to Natsuki with Monika's help. Because Yuri chose not to attend the club meeting that day, she and Natsuki haven't faced each other since. Although it's only lunchtime, Yuri finds herself anxiously counting the hours until she will need to face the outcome of her efforts, whether good or bad. And because the passing by of the students was making her feel even more anxious, Yuri picks out the most scheduled spot she could find to spend her lunch. Because the staircase is under maintenance, no students would have any reasons for coming here. It's such a relaxing feeling to have a moment of solitude in the middle of the frantic school day. Hey! What are you doing here? I just... Yuri grips her book with enough force to wrinkle the pages enough beneath the pressure of her thumbs. Well, what are you doing here? I just came to get a drink from the vending machine. And the other one is out of the drink, I like. Damn it! Ah! Yuri notices Natsuki fidgeting with a few coins between her fingers. She nods, avoiding her eye contact. Natsuki also looks away, shuffling over to the vending machine. It's so quiet that every one of her movements seems to be reverberate through the entire stairwell. After a far too long, she finally receives her beverage, which she then fidgets with in place of the coins. It's some kind of an iced tea. I love iced tea. But instead of leaving it right away, Natsuki just stands in place. She glances all around her. It's like way too quiet back here. It's creepy. I mean, that's not what I meant, really. I mean, it's totally cool that it's your thing, or whatever. Like, I can see how it suits you, so... Not because I think you're creepy or something. I didn't mean that either. You know, I'm just gonna stop talking. That seems like a good idea. It's okay. Everything is okay. Yuri finds herself attempting some words of comfort after hearing Natsuki stammer herself into dejection. Seemingly in response, Natsuki approaches the base of the staircase and hesitantly sits herself down near Yuri. Well, I can leave if you want. Yuri shakes her head. Natsuki twists the cap off her drink and takes a sip. For some reason that helps me. Despite receiving Yuri's general permission, Natsuki doesn't say anything more. Yuri continues to read and at least pretends to. And the two just sit there for a long time. The tension seems to fade a little bit as time passes. Even without any words, this seems to mean that at least something, though it's not clear what they may be. Lunch ends more quickly than expected. Natsuki is the first to stand up with her empty drink bottle. Are you coming today? To the club? Yuri nods. I'm sorry for being so awkward. I'm really bad at talking about this stuff. And I'm bad with these braces. Ah. I just can't for some reason. I don't know why. I just can't for some reason. But I want to eventually. There's no rush. I promise. Thanks. It's the next day. Natsuki appears from around the corner and steps up into the vending machine, glancing at Yuri as she does so. Today she seems to be holding some kind of book as well. Oh, you're here again. Well, I just came in to read this because I like how the mood all of a sudden went do. Because there aren't many people around here. Oh, I thought you didn't like how quiet it was. Well, I don't, but there's no people here. I see. Natsuki sits down. The mood feels much different today than it did yesterday. After yesterday's lunch and the club meeting that followed, Natsuki and Yuri are beginning to feel more relaxed around each other again. Although Yuri's letter is still lingering in the back of Natsuki's mind, she continues to detour around it. But it's okay that I'm here. Yeah, I don't care. I mostly just don't feel like dealing with crap that I get from my friends about it. Especially since they all just assume I stopped reading manga after I joined the literature club. Not that I'm trying to hide it from them exactly. But I just don't want to come up again now after I've waited so long for this new volume to come out. Literally months. You don't have other friends who are into manga? Not unless online friends count. And Sayori, but that's different, because she's not exactly into it, she just likes it. You know what I mean. Honestly, you're lucky that the books that you're into at least just looks like books, so you don't have to feel like everyone is constantly judging you by what you're reading. That would be so awful, especially since I already hate attention so much. Well, it's a good thing I have a thick skin, I guess. By the way, I would totally recommend finding some friends online if you haven't already. If you're like me, you have no one to share your hobbies with. Oh, I have online friends. Since middle school, I was especially desperate back then. It's somewhat embarrassing to reminisce about those days. Sometimes I feel like that the me from the few years ago have been benefited from a good smack across the face. Oh, whatever. We were all just stupid kids back then anyway. Some of the fanfics I wrote, thank gosh, I pursued pseudonym and whatever that is, I don't care. But I like it at the same time. I got a lot of fulfillment out from it. And plus, she said it. I can look back and say with confidence that I've become a better person since then. Wait, sorry, I got a drink. So I don't think I would change anything. I wonder if a few years from now, and we'll think the same thing about our current shelves. Shelves? Slaves? No, what? Haha, probably. That doesn't make you uncomfortable? No, of course not. What is wrong with me? I don't care what other people think of me, especially someone who doesn't even exist yet. Alright, here. Natsuki raised her hand to her face and forcefully slaps her own cheek. That's me from the future coming to terms with me right now. Also, ow, I didn't mean to do it that hard. Yuri doesn't seem to react, but then Natsuki's surprised. Yuri shyly looks to the other before lifting her arm and doing the same thing to herself, loudly smacking her cheek. Ah, so that's how it feels. Oh my gosh, now I know how it feels when I slap Quibble. Who's Quibble? Wait, yeah, who's Quibble? How do I know that? Oh gosh, I have a powerful slap. My jaw. She turns red and stares into her lap, but is unable to hide a smile as though it was a really funny joke. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't know you had it in you. I don't even know why I did that. Maybe I thought it'd be funny. Sorry, I keep distracting you. You said you were looking forward to reading, but I keep going on all about this nonsense. I'll let you go and get on your reading. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. The conversation ends quickly and Natsuki opens a book. Reading too. The two silently read for the remainder of the lunch hour, but the whole time Yuri feels distracted by a twist of regret over having a What is getting in my mouth? After having so abruptly forced the end of their conversations. You're back. Yeah, I'm here to lay low again. Another day passed. During lunchtime, Natsuki finds herself having a wander to the stairwell once more. Hey, did you buy that? Natsuki quickly notices a bottle of iced tea on the staircase where she normally sits. Yuri nods, avoiding eye contact. What, like, for me? But you didn't know I was coming here today. What if I didn't show up? Well, I mean, I would have drank it myself, I guess. It was a stupid thing to do. No, it wasn't stupid. I just thought... never mind. What I was meant to say is thank you. And that is really a nice gesture. It's okay if you don't feel that way. I do. It was the other thing that I didn't mean. I swear it, please believe me. Yuri pauses and nods. Talking is hard. I get it wrong a lot too, so I believe you. Natsuki exhales in relief. She then sits down next to Yuri and takes a drink. Knowing Yuri, she was probably overthinking it so much that Natsuki's tepid response filled her with self-doubt. I'll do something nice for you next time. Please, don't feel obligated. I want to do something nice. Okay. I want to! Okay, I get it. Oh, you can right-click to take off the text. But I didn't need to do that. Thank you. You can thank me after I figure out how to do something nice. I'll do it too then. Natsuki sighs. Nothing. It just reminds me of how I haven't been getting along with my friends lately. Is that why you've been coming here? Well, no, not exactly. I haven't been avoiding them on purpose or anything. There are just other things I'd rather be doing during lunch lately. I like being around them when we're all of a sudden having fun, but they also just can't take anything seriously. So when I'm, I don't know, feeling serious, then their attitudes just really get on my nerves. It's only gotten worse ever since I joined the literature club. How come? I don't know. I feel like I used to be really good with just putting up with it, because it would be so stupid to cause drama over a joke I didn't like or something, but I just have a hard time doing that lately. But it's my fault for being overly sensitive. If I have a problem, I'm not gonna demand for everyone around me to change. But, yeah, I know. Monika and Sierra really don't agree with that kind of thing. But they're not in my position, so it's easy for them to say that you should just communicate with your feelings or whatever. It's not like my friends or group does the kind of thing of I'll just be making an embarrassment of myself, which I just did. Sorry, none of this has anything to do with you. I don't know why I'm talking about it. It's okay. I like listening. What, listening to other people's problems? Yes. That's weird. Sorry. I just like learning about people. Do you think it's weird? No, that's not weird. I probably just misunderstood, so I don't know. Does that mean I should keep going? If you'd like. Okay. Well, I don't know what to talk about now. What are some things that you like about your friends? A lot of things. I mean, they're really fun to hang out with, like after school and on the weekends. And they really like my baking. It's fun to complain about school together. They make me laugh a lot, and we have a lot of good memories and inside jokes. Oh, I'm bad at a lot of those things. So? Are those all the things that are important to you? Well, kind of, but they're not things I need to get out of everybody. Everyone in the club is really different from that. But I'm still friends with them too. Well, Zuri really likes your baking, and she makes you laugh, and she complains a lot. That doesn't mean she's anything like my other friends. Well, unlike them, she's nice, but she's a nice person who cares about your feelings. Excuse me? How about you don't talk about my friends and then you don't know anything about? Natsuki stands up. No, wait. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't want to say something bad. Please don't leave. Natsuki sighs and shakes her head. It's fine. As long as you understand that you can't just judge people like that. I'm sorry. Natsuki sits back down. You can't just compare friends like that and, like, measure who's better than who's everyone else is different. I'm sorry. I just don't like people who want to hurt you. A moment of silence stretches between them. They don't want to hurt me. We just like to tease each other about stupid things. It's fun. I don't like that. Well, that's why I'm friends with them, and you're not. You like it? Just don't worry about me too much. It's not worth it. I'm sorry. I wish I knew how to help the social conflicts. Like how Monica can. She's good at these things. Not really. Also, I don't always want to help. Sometimes it's just stuff that I have to deal with myself. That's what Monica and Siri never seems to understand. Sometimes all you do is like look at them wrong and they're all like, "Aw, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" I just want to mind my own business sometimes, and I decide myself if I want to talk about things. The only one who understands that is you. So you really shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You're not as bad as you think. Oh, you don't need to reassure me or anything. I mean that. Plus, it makes sense that someone who doesn't talk a lot would make a good listener. Thank you. You're also nice. It's really hard for me. It doesn't come naturally at all. It's so weird because I always thought of myself as someone who can just say whatever's on my mind. But I feel like that only works when I'm annoyed, or upset, or I want to say something mean. Why am I like that? You don't have that answer, but I'm just talking to myself. Yuri nods that remains silent. Natsuki notices her fidgeting with the pages of her book. How can we like reading so much? Oh, well, a lot of reasons. But I just get sucked into it so easily. It's so immersive and I want to be a part of it. I think there are a lot of things that people in real life that make me feel uncomfortable and frustrated. Especially when it comes to following social conventions and group interactions. I just don't really understand it. I have no real desire to participate. But it's different with books. It feels like I always want to be around the characters. Feel such a strong emotional connection with them in ways that I've never felt with real people. So in that way, it can sometimes feel more real than real life. Really? It's that hard for you to be around people, like, all the time? Fairly often, especially in group settings. When people are making all kinds of conversations and saying jokes and all of that, I don't know what to do. I just disengage. Oh. That doesn't get lonely? I don't think so. I can still enjoy spending time with people one-on-one, and I have online friends too, of course. Do you ever wish that you could be friends with the characters in your books? All the time. Relatable. Sometimes so badly that it makes my heart ache. Yeah. This is hitting me hard. I feel this way. Me too. Really? Mm-hmm. A lot. Like more than anything. After Natsuki mutters that, silence fills the stairwell once more. But it's a mutual silence. One full of understanding. Oh. I got another mail. Issue caused by unprotected memory. Is this? Something. That was very nice. Part 2. Yes, come on. Hey. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically been meeting Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. Today she's holding a large plastic container in both hands. I ran into my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I hadn't seen them in a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, she said it, I have more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured I would share them with you, too. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of her container. You made cupcakes? You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. It's brown, with a dark green frosting emulating shaped into a floral pattern and topped with some kind of glittery powder. How pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. Are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really think about it, I just made them. I just thought that because green is Monica's favorite color, right? Well, yeah, that's not really. Yuri takes a small bite. This is green tea flavored. I I love green tea. Oh, do you? It was just a random idea I wanted to try, so... Don't laugh at me. I'm not. I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Usually when... Never mind. What I mean is that I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just wanted to do something nice. And this is something I happen to be good at. And I know that you like them from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time when she treated herself rather generously to Natsuki's cupcake. Ironically, her mouth is too full of cupcake for her to stammer an excuse, so she just settles for a disapproving look. How did you get into baking? Oh, well, I don't know, it kind of was just an appeal to me. Well, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got like super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day. Well, it's almost that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like baking is like an art, but when you get good at it, you get more delicious too. It gets more delicious. What did I just say then? I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Haha, yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. That's my other favorite part of it. It's something that I can do to make a lot of other people happy, like, unconditionally. Everyone is always so thankful, and in that moment you can bet that to be like the bringer of joy. I don't know, it makes me feel... valued? Yeah, I guess that. So you were able to make up with your friends today? There wasn't really anything to make up with them about. We weren't fighting or anything. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. It only turns out into a fight if I lose my cool. That's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. So you're not going to stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are. I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it. Especially since I have somewhere to go and I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yuri clenches a fist. I'm glad that the situation was resolved, and that you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. I don't have to bother with you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. I know that the cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me, but it's the best I can do. So you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box. Then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for the other friends. But I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know. And I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know you care about making your friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You make me happy. You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. That's why they want to spend time with you and be your friend. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. She pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Natsuki! I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her eyes. You didn't. Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak through them. I just really hate myself sometimes. And I feel so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like, I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult. And I can't think of even a single thing about myself that somebody would like. And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person, like, be nice and do the thing you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, Saria and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know, I think a lot of those negative things too about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always, scrutinize everything I say, and later I feel like I said all of the wrong things. And I just spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feel like everyone else must hate me too. So I understand some of that through my own experience. And that's why I wanted to write the letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on these things. a desire to improve yourself that makes you a good person, so don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like so. Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around, and you're not shy and you know how to make people laugh, and you're very passionate about things and you know how it takes to lead, and you care a lot about other people, and just a lot of things. Oh. Well, now you're making me feel like really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. You don't think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile, and she sighs as it fades away. Every time I come here, I always think of it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feel like what? Natsuki's voice quiets. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses and Yuri stares at the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. What would you do hypothetically if your friends were happy if you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy. Well, that's just not fair hypothetical. Natsuki says that, but with a little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy. And I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused. Because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. It's making my head hurt. That must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know that's the best for me, but I keep convincing myself of it. It's so much easier to be comfortable around and happy than it is to do something so scary. To do what? You know, to end it. With them? Natsuki nods. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. It's just one of those things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just don't get used to it. Like, so much as you have gotten into it, so much that it feels like that's how your life is. And throwing it away like throwing away such a big part of your life. It makes me feel sick about it. Natsuki sighs. It's just really scary, it's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know, a lot of things. I like being alone, not having anyone to talk or to hang out with, not being able to replace what I have with them. And I don't want them to hate me, and I'm scared that they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically? Not physically, but... Yuri clenches her fist. Natsuki, what? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. I will break their freaking arms. I will grab their jaw, carry it out, so then there's enough space for me to tear out their hearts and to feed it to them. Natsuki snorks in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Haha, sorry, I like that. That's all. Oh, well, I meant it. I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an enduring look. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides a box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want the other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spread through her. She holds on to the feeling, knowing it will give her courage. Ah, you're here first today. And you brought reading material. Natsuki is sitting in her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits next beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has to come to an end. Like it's such a big part of your life, and then one day there's just nothing left. Assassination Classroom. Makes you feel so empty. One thing I feel about manga books, when I started reading, like, manga books, for example, like Soul Eater or Bleach, I was like 13 years old. They were 2 years older than me. So I always looked up to them. But now I am 19 years old, and I am way older than them. And the series is still not finished. That's like the very weird part about it. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of the series. That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know if I don't want it to go on forever. Maybe. But there's some things that I wish I could... Oh. On the other hand, have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing I've read like got pretty unbearable like halfway through, and the ending really sucked. Yeah, endings, like, it always sucks. Like, movies, just don't push yourself. And then with Naruto, like, the thing like Boruto they brought afterwards, I'm not as much of a fan of it. So it sucks when something good has to end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. I guess it sucks either way. Well, that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way through their respective reading material. Except that Suki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like, with friends at the mall or downtown or whatever. I'm not a total shut-in, you know. Oh, my bad for making that assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out often less than other people like you and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. Board game group? It doesn't matter. just more nerdy stuff. Why do you ask anyway? I was just curious. I just realized I couldn't picture it, so I was just curious. Yuri looks at Natsuki and realizes that what she's shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees into her chest and pulls her head down. I can't take this. Did I do something? Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over what she may have said or done. I did. I ended it. I texted them earlier telling them, and then I just blocked them because I'm so afraid of their response. And now it feels like I'm dying inside. Oh. I'm sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words of support to offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki unusually hard breathing fills the air. Then she speaks again, barely over a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help, I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you get through it, okay? Natsuki meekly nods through her rapid breath, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. Then she puts her hand on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Natsuki nods. Her shaking becomes more and more apparent, though, through Yuri's sense of touch. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good and safe place where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulder, she can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. We'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Aw, she's copying up from CRE. Yuri takes a deep breath, slow breath. Beneath her hand, she feels Natsuki's shoulder rises. As Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. They exhale together, although Natsuki's breath shakes on the way out. That's good, let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels Natsuki rest more of her weight into Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feeling of your breath going in and out, and the weight of your hands on your shoulders. You're in a safe and comfortable physical space. Minutes pass in silence. By now the worst of it has passed, but Yuri is determined not to move away until Natsuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Natsuki has lifted her head off her knees and her breathing has mostly steadied. Then she takes a final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. She stretches out her arms. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is.
You don't have to apologize. This must be enormously stressful for you.
Is that going to keep happening?
It may or may not. We can take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time.
Natsuki motions sit back down again, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty floor, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off the cover. I don't think I could have gotten through all that alone.
You're not alone.
Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her own lap.
From now on, you don't have to do anything alone.
As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to be so openly to share her thoughts.
This really makes me wonder how they get into a fight.
But something about Natsuki, of all people, makes it feel so much more natural to do so. Perhaps because, like Yuri, Natsuki is so timid and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taken a long time for Yuri to finally realize it. And because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted, demonstrating that you deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin tumultuous a journey of learning to love yourself. Do you really mean that? You're probably gonna regret saying that if you do.
How so?
Because I'm probably gonna have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. So you're giving me permission to be as annoying as I want to drag you around to a lot of places.
I see.
But you already said it, so you can't take it back now.
Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then.
I know a good ice cream place.
Oh? That means you'll finally figure out my favorite ice cream flavor.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, you don't remember? The first day you came to the club, you guessed everyone's favorite ice cream, but for me, you said you had no idea.
Seriously? You don't remember that? You don't remember that at all? Oh wait, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head.
It's a good guess, but my favorite is usually to get chocolate and raspberry together.
Chocolate and raspberry? How fancy.
How is that fancy?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that.
Well, maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry.
Hey, strawberry's my favorite.
What a coincidence.
I think it helps to have something to look forward to. I still have a sick feeling in my stomach, but it's easier now to convince myself that I did the right thing.
Is there anything better I could be doing?
Not that I know of. There's nothing that will make this easy for me. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, we never talked about the letter you wrote. But I feel like we're past that We're past that at this point. I don't even know what to talk about. Except that I think it helped me understand my needs a little bit better. The way I like to be treated, and the kinds of friends that I want to have. That's why I wanted to stop coming here in the first place, even though I was so scared of causing more problems.
I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially.
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
Nothing. I may have tracked you down first, with the help of Sayori.
But you said...
I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to like, whatever, you know what I'm saying.
Well, I guess I'm glad that you worked up the courage, even if it was your own way. I can tell that you're making a lot of more difficult decisions. It's brave and it will make things better in the long run. I think anyone would be proud of you.
Anyone? You mean like you?
Yes, like me.
You know, I could get used to this.
As long as you don't tease me too much.
Fine. Just a little then.
That's fine. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now, but I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings.
Thanks. It feels nice to be reassured. The two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch. but a new feeling hangs in the air, a feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours, there will be another literature club meeting, where the 4 club members will happily spend time together. Each of them, all will, with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next. Yuri thinks to herself, since she's about to finish her long-running series, it would be best to have a new book lined up. Perhaps this weekend she would be a good time to visit the bookstore together. Oh, that was it. I'm upset. Oh, that was so emotional. Wait, did I didn't get an achievement. Wait a second, is it over? Aha! I knew that would be a bonus one. Let's go. Okay, everyone, we're going to be taking a break from the usual activities today. I was thinking since people are starting to talk about the festival, it's a good time for us to go over the general direction of the club of all of that. I think it'll help us figure out what to do for the festival, you know? Oh, Sayori, I already came up with a really good plan. Really? For the festival?
Yeah, so the plan is this, okay? You and Yuri collect the information ahead of time in which the club when classes are doing food booths. Then we take a map and plan the most efficient route, so we can get most of them before the lines get too long.
Hey, that has nothing to do with this club.
Well, you have to let me finish.
Alright, fine, go ahead.
Right, so basically we get all the food we can, and then we come back here and we all eat together. That's all.
Wow, I got tricked twice by the same joke. Boo, don't be a hater. It's not like you can come up with a better anything to say. Look, even Yuri was thinking about it.
No, I wasn't. I would really prefer to do something literature related. We can eat together anytime. The festival is a unique opportunity. Besides, it's more quiet since we've seen a new interest in the club. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Really get a shot at showing people that the literature club is all about. I'll tell you what, we can do both, right? We'll make time for your food mission and still put together a public event.
Oh my gosh, yes! I was just joking, but that's a really good idea.
Well, I'm glad that's settled. I think the question now is how to come up with the event that demonstrates everything you can get out of the literature club.
Well, that's kind of tough because everyone gets something different out of the club.
Okay, how about this? Let's go around and have each of us talk about what we've gotten of the club so far. That could really help us figure out what kind of reputation we want to build.
Yeah!
That's too embarrassing.
Aw, but you'd have so much fun to talk about!
That's exactly why. And I'm sure Natsuki feels the same way.
Well, maybe, but I didn't plan on arguing against it or anything. I mean, it's a literature club. We can talk about the stuff together, right? And the only way to get more comfortable with it is to suck it up and do it.
Oh, you're not wrong. I'm sorry for being resistant.
It's not good to say suck it up and because it sounds like they're feeling because they don't feeling matter. It's not good to say suck it up because it sounds like their feelings don't matter.
Right, my bad. It's just a habit I need to break. Well, anyway, who's gonna start?
I'll start. I was the first to join after all.
Wouldn't that be me?
No, I want to go first.
Fine. You can start. I don't mind.
Hey! So, gosh, it feels like it's been so long. I think I joined because I wanted to have fun sharing poems with people. It seemed like it would be a safe way to express myself. You know, like if it's just a poem, then I can share it without feeling like I'm burdening everyone with my problems. And I thought it would be a really good way to get to know other people too. So yeah, I was really surprised when I walked in. It was just Monica, and she was sleeping.
Don't remind me of that. Oh gosh.
Yeah, but it seemed like so much fun to help us start a new club. Especially since Ryan helped me
sorry.
so much, and I wanted to see other people help other people too. But it ended up being me who was inspired, because I remembered the feeling like Monica was just so sweet and mature, and I could trust her with anything. It made me feel less alone, having someone new to have the bad things about me. And at this point, I knew the Literature Club was gonna be special for a lot of people.
Yeah, I felt the same way. It really helped give the club a more cohesive vision.
Yeah, and then Yuri joined and she was so different from us, and there's Doki too. I think for Yuri, it really helped for me to take the lead before she was able to open it up. Whereas Doki was kind of the opposite, when she wasn't ready to get so close to someone really quickly. I never really thought about that sort of thing. I really feel like I've gotten better at understanding people's different needs. And that makes me really happy, because my friends are just the most important things to me. And whatever new members we get, I want to help them in those ways too.
I don't know if I could have continued coming to the club if it weren't for you.
Really?
I know it wasn't too long ago, but it hurts to think about my behavior back then. I was really short-sighted. The only reason I came was to find others who were into fantasy. I suppose that was my idea of making friends with people. I remember feeling uncomfortable because you had and I have such a different energy. And I had such a specific idea of what kind of person I would be friends with. So when Sayori tried so hard to get to know me, I felt like I was just wasting time with her. I think I was so naive to assume that similar interests were the key component of friendships. Sayori and I were able to become friends because she was always thinks about the needs of other people. That's something I never knew how to do, or even thought about to do. But I stayed in the club thanks to that, and I started trying as hard as I could to understand people better. Really went above and beyond when it came to that. I was just super impressed. Well, I always hated that I didn't know how to behave, like a person who easily liked by others, like the two as you can. And because of that, I spent so much time thinking about my own behavior and all wrong things I said. The whole time, I should have just been thinking about other people instead, not myself. Once I started doing that, I was able to make friends with everyone else. Oh, also, I discovered that sometimes I'm better communicator when I take the time to write rather than speak. It's so strange the way things turned out. It's so far different from anything I ever would have expected. But I'm happy. I suppose we don't always have to know what we really need.
Oh my gosh! You're so cute! You're so cute that I'm gonna throw up!
Okay, please don't do that, Sayori. Besides, I'm not cute.
Hey, isn't that my line?
Oh, well, for me, it's actually true, so...
But what are you saying?
Oh, nothing. I finished my part, so somebody else take their turn.
My heart!
Terry, take some deep breaths.
Oh, my heart!
Okay, fine, I'll go. Yuri, I can't believe you were complaining about doing this and still went before me. What a show-off.
I was just following up on Sayori. It was the easiest way to get over with it.
Besides, you left the most important thing that you get out of this club.
I did?
Yeah, a regular supply of my favorite cupcakes.
Oh no, I forgot about this too! I betrayed into the Cupcake Queen!
Neither of you are forgiven. Looks like only Monica will be getting cupcakes next time.
No!
I can't eat
that many cupcakes. Yeah, true, only Yuri can.
Hey.
Haha, well anyway, I'm just putting off talking. It's kinda hard to talk about that stuff. But I guess when it comes down to it, that I'm in a much better place mentally than I was when I first joined. And that's because everyone helped me realize that I had some really toxic friendships going on outside the club. It was honestly a really painful thing to go through, having to go cut them out. It still hurts to think about.
I'm sorry, Natsuki.
It's fine. I knew it was for the best, and I was right. I guess for me it's all about feelings. I was only ever ridiculous for having feelings, so I thought the right thing to do was just to ignore them. It took me a really long time to realize that it's not really how things are supposed to work. And I guess that's thanks to everyone who took the time to respect my feelings even when I was being like the biggest jerk. And I'm really sorry for being such a selfish jerk to everyone. And I was really the worst. Natsuki's voice chokes a little.
We love you, Natsuki!
I just hate that I was always like that. Everyone did so much for me, and I could never do anything in return.
That's not true. Natsuki, you've done a lot more than you think. This club really wouldn't have been the same without you. I mean that. Remember how judgmental I was when you first showed up? It was like I couldn't accept anything other than my own idea of what Literature Club was supposed to be. Apparently, it was more important to me than the opportunity to bring you some happiness. You really told me that anything that makes you someone happy is worthy of respect. You even inspired me to start playing piano. That's something that means a whole lot to me. So there's no need to put yourself down. Okay. Natsuki wiped her eyes.
You helped me a lot too. It's so much fun to have you around, and you helped me become a better person. Having a problem doesn't make you needy or inconvenient. It means that there's something that needs to be better for you, and you always deserve that.
I agree. Seeing us have some of the same struggles made me a better person as well. I wouldn't want to change anything about our time here. I don't think any of us would.
I'm sorry I got all dramatic. That's all I wanted to say, so Monica can go.
There's no need to apologize. It was something I wanted to talk about anyway, because it made a big difference for me. I was always such a strict perfectionist who never took enough time to believe in the best of other people. But everyone kept proving me wrong. I made the mistake of multiple times thinking that my way was the best for everyone. Or thinking that I was needed to solve the other people's problems. But I think being a leader means that you have to acknowledge that you're not perfect. That's the best thing that you can do to help guide people, rather than to do everything for them. We're all good people, we're all equals. I think that's the most important thing. I've gotten out of the club realizing that what really means. Siri, what are you doing?
I just thought that we should be writing some of these things down. Things about the club are valuable to us.
With a piece of chalk on her hand, Siri writes down the word trust on the chalkboard.
This is because you showed me that I could trust you with everything about me, not just my good side.
Suddenly Yuri takes a piece of chalk as well. She writes understanding. I owe a lot of gratitude to everyone who took the time off to understand me, even though it was so difficult for me to express myself. In that case, Monica takes a piece of chalk and writes the word respect. I always thought I was a respectful person, but it took the club for me to realize that there was more to it than I thought, and I'm a better person because of it.
I have another one!
Sierra writes balance.
Sometimes people want different things out of friendship, or they need time before they're ready to become close. So it's important to keep things balanced between you and the other person.
That reminds me, Yuri writes reflection. I've always been a reflective person, but most of it has been nothing more than hating myself for all the things I thought I did wrong. Once I started reflecting on other people, and not just myself, a lot of things changed for me. So I think the most important one for me. That's great! We have a whole list of things now. Suddenly everyone turns to look at Natsuki.
Well, everyone took all the chalk. Don't look at me like that. Jeez.
You could have just asked. Monica hands her a piece of the chalk to Natsuki. Natsuki signs the right self-love.
I don't know how far I've gotten with it yet, but it feels like everything are at least on the right track. So that's my contribution.
Together, everyone stares at the words on the board. Wasn't this club supposed to be about literature?
It is! We still do a lot of literature! Friendship and literature!
Yeah, you're right. Friendship and literature. Natsuki and Yuri gently nods as well. Hey, let's all take a picture together. We don't have one yet, right?
Hey, you're right! Make sure you send it to me after!
Wait, look, can I brush my hair first or something?
Oh, you're fine. You already have the best hair out of all of us.
Everyone get together. I can't fit you all in. Okay. Okay, everyone ready? And click!
Show me the picture. Show me the picture!
I'm really glad we talked about this stuff. It's easy to forget how far we've come with only 4 members.
Yeah! I have so many happy thoughts right now. I'm getting some really good inspiration for a poem.
You know, I feel the same way. I kind of want to get some writing done.
Me too!
I think I would like that as well.
Everyone looking at me again? I'll do it too, but I'm not just feel like sharing it.
That's okay. The 4 members of the literature club disperse and return to their desk, each equipping themselves with a pen. Natsuki and Yuri give each other a quick glance and then starts writing immediately. Suri stretches, then does the same. But Monica is left tapping her pen against the paper, unsure of where to start. Just move your hand. Monica mouths to herself. Right the way into your hearts.
Her mind full of thoughts, memories, and inspiration, Monica navigates past her mental barriers and begins to write. It doesn't matter what, just that it's something new. Nah. Doki Doki Literature Club Plus! Yay! Ah, that was very nice. I like it was just a little bit of a backstory for them. Yeah, I really like this game because like at first like it started off as like again the game was like scary and stuff like that, but then this one was just nice and emotional and things like that. I really like that. It's just a shame that it seems that after everything they've gone through together, it's still a shock how like Yuri and Natsuki would fight at all, and how like Monica could again like kill her friends. Does not make sense. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Special thanks to all those people. Thank you, dear player, for enjoying our story of friendship and literature. You're welcome. Thank you for making this amazing game. Made with love by Team Salvatore. I also realized these guys also made Never Song, which I didn't realize. Yay! Yay, and I got the achievements. I did it. What's okay, now everyone make a funny face. I was wondering what the final one is and then make a funny face. Set that as wallpaper. There we go. That's nice. That's very nice. Did I get any other pictures from it? No, it's like I'm still missing a poem. I'm not sure how or why how to get it or something. Did I get anything new? No. Oh yeah, I did. Oh. I will draw and finish all of the side stories. Oh. That's a nice little artwork of her. Oh, I might have missed some. Do I recognize any of them? Oh, I don't recognize this one. No, it's not. Oh, that was very nice. I really liked that. Like, it wasn't much of a scary story that people would have been hoping for, but it's still nice. Now I'm just missing. I'm missing one poem, a bunch of secrets, and then like missing these ones. So that one poem I'm missing is like it takes place after this one, and then we have like this is my final goodbye to the literature club. Yeah, that's the note that she gives us afterwards. Not sure what the final note is, but then again we have secrets, and then we have all these pictures, which each of them must have an objective. But that was very nice. I do hope that something might oh wait, oh yeah, the mail. Let's read the mails now. Lester, have a nice weekend. Wait, how long did this take actually? Oh, it took an hour. Okay, quick. I'm on leave for the rest of the week. Contact Ravi if you need to schedule server time, but I expect my jobs to run a few days since we've collected so much data this week. How about we arrange a meeting to discuss the results when I return? Side stories. Thank you to everyone who worked on the hard-to-control simulation. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to so delicately hide Monika's elevated permissions from her without disrupting our connection to the VM. Just to clarify, all the recordings labeled side stories are part of the control simulation, right? I'm noticing some details of characters' lives here, and they are differ a little bit from those in MV1. Even trivial ones. Is it part of the butterfly effect from some of Monika's more fundamental changes, or is it a result of her messing around with the other characters in MV1? What's the MV1? As her own experiment, or for fun? So I'm keeping track. We have like 5 different universes in total, with 3 or 4 of them created and then destroyed by Monika, of course. It's funny because I keep wanting to be speculate on which one is the real universe, but in reality, they are all as real as ours is anyway. 5 universe? What is that? With 3 or 4 of them being created and then destroyed by Monika, of course. Wait, the pathway of Yuri, the pathway of Sayori, the pathway of Natsuki. Wait, are they saying that there's an ending that I can get without Monika? Character disparity. Having run into the control simulation for a while, it's evident that the certain character is missing from many mention of appearance. This makes me feel speculate that Monika's meddling is less clumsy than we think, because she would have had to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character has such a limited and dishonest personality traits, or am I reading too much into this? I'll open an issue to start tracking info of an observation on the anomaly of this character. Wait. I think this is like the game makers talking about Monika herself. OMG. Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monika? I think it's hilarious, but for gosh sakes, don't tell Paula. Haha, it would be 40 micro. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass through layer of automate it? Based on the contents of the tweets, not screaming for help, I assume they're coming from the control simulations? Oh no. Did Monika get onto Twitter? Staying focused on our goals. I was reminded to help guide our data collection. Any analysis performed should be focused on answering some of these main questions. How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's emotional state? How does granting elevated access to the VM affect their personal values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate an experiment with their ability to change the contents of their VM? How is elevated access being weaponized? What actions and values most contribute to the destruction of the universe? Most importantly, how might your observation apply to your own universe? Bonus, how can we prevent this upper management? Unreloaded note, whoever changed the color scheme to the desktop to pink, can you please change it back? It's unprofessional and runs the risk of drawing eyes. Simply put, it's not our job to utterly decide upon some codes or of ethics just because we're the first ones to do this, to our knowledge. That's the government's job to figure out. Long after we've made enough headway for it no longer apply to us. It's fundamentally flawed to apply ethical reasoning to this anyway, because humanity's codes of ethics is based upon nothing more than our knowledge and understanding of life forms similar to ourselves. We don't have the ethics for killing bacteria or plants, only for the creatures that we can convincingly project our emotions onto, the humans. And our VMs operate completely differently from us on fundamental level. Therefore should not be taken any more seriously than a machine that's programmed to print I feel sad. We're engineers, not philosophers. And then a new one. Issued caused by unprotected memory. Has anyone evaluated the side effect that might be caused by sharing a memory pool between multiple VMs rather than allocating them separately? I'm looking at some of the files VM1 is generating, and I'm finding some information that definitely shouldn't be there. I have seen any evidence that is this actually affecting the inside of the VM itself. So I don't think this is a priority, but it's definitely worth noting. My best guess is that memory being freed from the VM2 isn't getting zeroed out, which technically gives VM1 access to it. All the info I have will go into the issue tracker, but I wanted to check if anyone else really already noticed something along these lines. So what I'm getting from that, it sounds like that Monica escaped.